To those of you who have stumbled here out of curiosity, and to those of you genuinely interested in the words I'm about to preach, I say good morning, afternoon, or good evening to you. I would be remiss if I didn't shout out a warm welcome and a big thanks to subscribers and newcomers alike, because you have made the conscientious decision to spend a little bit of your time with me. And you may not think so, but that's a pretty big deal. In this video, I will be discussing some opinions I've developed throughout my time in the military that to some may sound harsh and to the uninitiated, surely prejudice, but to others would probably sound like that first sip of coffee on a warm summer's day. Honest and dark. So, let's march right on in. Why do I keep doing that? If you're considering joining a specific branch of the armed forces, go in with the mindset that 1, it won't be easy, 2, it will be difficult, and 3, it could possibly become a rewarding 20-year-long career. And yes, I said it, 20 years. Now let me explain. The longer I was in, the more I began to take note of the world around me rather than gray it out. And I began to notice a lot of the newer people, especially the younger ones, would arrive at their first duty station wide-eyed and full of optimism and grand expectations. And it leaves one to wonder whether their recruiters have anything to do with that. Then 6 months down the line, these newer people would be just as, if not more, unhappy and unfulfilled like the rest of us. Certainly not to that level of scorned as the 3 to 5-year-old troops, yet still their skin wouldn't shine as bright anymore. These newer people had become rough and disheartened, and given a few more years of experiences, they'd ultimately become crusty. When asked how many years they'd signed up for, I received the usual 4, followed by an air of relief, or the mopey 6, as they silently clutched their fists. Now I'm wondering if older people like me in some way influenced their negative disposition of the military, because I specifically remember a time when I was new, and I was asked the same question of how long did you sign up for? And when I answered 6 years, it was either followed by the pitiable look of a smile and a raised eyebrow, passive-aggressive, or the more forthright, sucks to be you. Now, out of all the newer people, the only ones who seemed to harbor even an ounce of the enthusiasm they came in with were either older in age, or the ones who had already made up their mind before joining that they planned to make it a career. I also noticed that the newer people, who were fresh, maybe 6 to 8 months in, who decided to stay in past their contract date, usually came from a family lineage of military veterans, or were in such dire straits that the military was their only best option. Of course there are other reasons, but it just goes to show that if I had come in with the same mindset, rather than the what else could I be doing with my life right now mentality, maybe I wouldn't have wanted to go AWOL after just 3 months at my first base. But that's a big maybe. One other thing to take note of was that the people who came in with the mindset of making it a career, or just didn't really know how long they wanted to stay in but knew it would be the best thing for them, were also the ones that show the most willingness to learn and a propensity to do more. Long story short, it is all a popularity contest. The ageless truth of it's not what you know, but who you know certainly does apply in the military. You have to work hard at not only doing your job, but with creating rapport with those around you. Make them remember not just your face, but your full name, the exact pitch of your voice, the number of dogs in your family, your spouse's birthday, the date of your last doctor's appointment, what color car you drive, what color underwear you prefer to wear on any given Sunday. Get out there and sign up for every volunteer opportunity that crosses your workstation, via word of mouth or email. The truly sad thing is, the more of a social reputation you build, the more responsibilities you'll have. So, have fun! You are not as special as you think you are. New recruits are expendable, you yourself are dispensable, and almost everyone you know in the military is replaceable. Throughout my time in the military, I have come across men and women, a dime a dozen, who ever so gently placed their status on the highest, most colossal pedestal they could derive from their existential crisis. Not even our troops deployed overseas, who deserve our utmost respect, feel nearly as empowered, special, or important as American propaganda makes them out to be. So you raised your right hand, repeated the oath of enlistment, and still nobody knows your name. Unless you experience an extenuating circumstance of events that puts your life or the lives of others into danger, or under extreme scrutiny, or a celebrity whose opinions society deems important promotes you in some way, the world will remain blissfully unaware of your contributions to your country. But even out of all the chaos, there does exist a small world that does care about you and knows how special you are, whose occupants include your family and friends. They're your biggest fans and most loyal followers. To them, you're the best football team there ever was, and you deserve all the praise in the world. You will change, for better or for worse, and this applies to separatees and veterans alike. And I don't mean in the typical ways of courage, honor, strength, and discipline. You can watch YouTube videos all day and night about what it takes to answer your nation's call, but you won't truly know if you have what it takes until you're actually in it, in the thick of it, until it's too late. With that being said, I don't believe the military should be your first job, but more often it seems that the newest recruits are the ones straight out of high school who would comprise the majority of service members. Military members are the kids, sons and daughters that Americans won't have a choice but to believe in to protect their freedoms when shit hits the fan. Because until the age of artificial intelligence, when millionaires and billionaires can send robots off to fight their wars, it will be the kids we send in to pull the trigger and to grow beyond the years. Like all wars before. Your recruiter is doing a job, and as with any job, there are standards that are expected to be met and exceeded. Now, I'm not saying that your recruiter should be excused of any wrongdoings, or that the lies or false promises he or she told you are justified. But may we all just admit that recruiters don't know everything, and like school teachers, they lead pretty thankless jobs. If recruiters were 100% truthful with you, and told you just how miserable everyone is for some reason or another, let's be honest. If you could only know how bad it could be, would you sign your life away? In conclusion, plain and simple, the military is not for everyone. If you've made it this far, please let me know your opinions about this topic and what experiences you've had or that you know of someone else. Even if you disagree with some of the statements I presented throughout this video, let me know by adding a comment down below before you go. And, as always, thanks for watching.